Hey everyone, and welcome back to another live stream where I react to your animations here on the Discord server. So, let's begin. As always, I'm checking works. Um, Looks good so far. Maybe this time I screen a little bigger for you, that we only can see um, the animations. Maybe like this. It's nice. Um, okay. So they are the first people in the chat, and I can see that there are the first animations also in the animations tab. First of all, I also want to send you the link for the Discord channel into the chat for everyone who is not in the Discord channel but still wants to show me their animations. There is the link now. Okay, I think we can immediately start. Of course. So let's see. I will also open chat so I can see everything you are writing in the chat. Go. Nice. Yeah, drink water, guys. It's pretty hot outside. I don't know how hot it is in your country. But right now here in Germany, it's I'm really sweating. Okay, I think we can now start with the first animation. Yeah, if you have any questions, ask me in the chat or in the Discord. Trying to answer as many things as I can. And now let's start. The first animation is by Skippy. Let's see. Okay, it's a little shorter animation. I'm checking if there's any sound, but I think so. Okay, let's watch this again. So, I definitely noticed the character Alan Becker. I don't really know the name of this character. I really like the flying part right here. I think when the stick figure is flying in the air, looks more like he's just flying without any effort, so you just can fly without a jump or something like that. I always like when there's a stick figure flying. I always like when they do a crouch and they have to build up power for the jump so they can fly. I really like if people are doing that. Would also be cool. You can see that this black sword, it looks like it's already there. I think it's always pretty nice if you have a little bit more of a transformation animation for the sword. Nice. There's a little bit of animation here. I appreciate it, but I think can be a little bit more animation when this black sword pops up. Yeah, but this flying part, I really like that because it looks a little bit faster. It's more intense, and the scene can be a little bit longer. I really like the background here, so this part can be a little bit longer. Yeah, but overall, I like the pacing, actually. Pacing looks good. It's not too slow, it's not too fast. I think the part where see him flying through the air, I think this part can be a little bit longer because I feel like the anime. Yeah, but good first animation. I really like that. Very nice. Rakuto, say something in German. Okay, I'm can say something in German. Is there a word you want to hear in German? Specific word? I don't know. I can say um, it's interesting. I can say punch. I can say a sentence in German. I will say that the stick figure punches the ground in German right now. Die Stickfigur schlägt den Boden. Yeah, that was the stick figure punches the ground in German. Okay. When will you start your journey using stick notes? I don't think I will use stick notes. I can test it, but I think I will pretty much stick with flipaclip actually. Okay, now let's move on to the next animation. An animation made by Aiden. We have a little bit of sound. I don't know if it's copyright, not, but I think we can also watch this without sound. Okay, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Want to scene a little small, I think. Otherwise, when I make it full screen, could be a problem that can't see the full animation. Okay, so let's watch it again. Pretty nice. I really like the 3D camera. Very good punch barrage. Um, I really like the punch barrage right here because you can see the motion of the arm swings pretty good. And you can see that in the punch barrage, he's not only using he's not only using smears, he's also drawing the arms in, he's also drawing the arms fully. Um, and he sometimes uses some smears in the punch barrage. And I think that makes the punch barrage look pretty good. And you can actually see by the lines and also by the arms that in some frames the arm is behind the upper body, and that shows also the motion, the movement, every single punch. I really like that. So pretty good punch barrage animation. Very nice first shot right here because I really like you can see the stick man in very simple position in this 2D shot. Then we see the feet. I really like this fast switch to that. Then he's taking a step forward with this very um, big and small lines, so the speed lines, and then we have this very nice. I really like the zoom right here with the speed lines on the ground for some camera movement. pretty cool shot for the punch. Also very nice 3D camera, right? Like that. Really that you can see that the arm is a little bit more in the foreground. Then when he gets hit, you can see a pretty nice reaction of the hit on this gray stick figure. Like that, see it's in a 3D way animated. I really like that. Really cool. I really like that the punches at first are very slow but very heavy, and then at the end there's the punch brush and it's pretty fast. It's a very combination, different shots and animation techniques. I really like that. I'm learning German, Chinese, and Spanish today. That is insane. I also would like to learn more languages, but for me myself, especially because I'm everything in English on YouTube, for me, my priority on learning a language is definitely English. 'Cause I want to take a step further in in my English knowledge. Because I want to talk a little bit more. I want to talk a little bit better. Okay, now we move on with Blake's Shadow Cat. Let's watch your animation. Of course, I'm checking if there's any sound. Oh, okay. Small animation, but I really like that. It looks like the red stick figure is flying and he tries to stop, walks a little bit, and okay, the sticker definitely has the ability to fly. I really like that he's stopping. I think when the stick figure stops on the ground, could be a little bit slower. So the animation for the flying part, then right before he stops, I think the speed of this animation is pretty good. But at that point when you animated dusty clouds, I like that you did that because that shows that he's stopping. Um, I think you could animate that a little bit slower, maybe with some little bit of animation on twos. But overall, yeah, I think the animation looks in some parts a little too fast. I think you can take a little bit more time for um, your in betweens. So maybe draw a little bit more in betweens on some parts, and take your time before your stick figure does the second action because it's pretty fast from flying, stopping, flying again, stopping, and then the hands reach body. So I think when you when it's more like okay, he's flying, then he stops, and before he's stopping, maybe let him stand at that point. Then when he flies again, he needs to like okay, this flying animation is maybe really well made, but I think he's stopping at the first point, I think animated a little bit slower. And when he lands second time, take your time for the landing. He needs to land, then he stands, and when he stands, maybe for a second, after that, you can animate the hands, then doing the pose. Otherwise, it's too much animation uh, on the same time. Yeah, but I really like the animation. So animation-wise and movement-wise, it looks clean. But I think for the timing, it can be a little bit slower at some point. But overall, okay. Hey, thank you so much for the sub membership from Snupple. Snoople. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate I really appreciate your support. So thank you very much. Okay. Um yeah, so I didn't say it, but on every live stream I'm only watching a maximum of 2 animations from the same people. Because when I watch like 10 animations from the same guy, there are other people also want me to show their animations, and I think it's a little bit unfair to watch um, most of the animations only from one person. So yeah, this is the second animation from Skippy, so it will be the last animation I'm watching. Skippy. Okay. So let's watch Skippy's animation here. It's a short animation. I really like the teleportation, or maybe it's a very fast movement. I like the lines, and can't see the stick figure, and then he comes up again. Um, for the arm animation, I'm not the biggest fan of when he's doing a punch. So the white stick figure is doing a punch, and he moves his arm up. See that in this frame, he moves his arm up. I'm not the biggest fan of that, and it is because punch doesn't really you don't hold your hand behind your upper body and then move your arm up and then punch in front of you. So I wouldn't do it that way. Maybe I would cut the frame where the arm is up. I would just do this frame a second time. And you also need to look a little bit of the consistency of your leg move. You can see it right here. Your legs are moving a little bit different. They're moving up and down. And then for the impact frame, I really like that you used an impact frame. That's really cool. Um, it's also very inconsistent. I think when your character is in the first frame, maybe he has the leg up, but then he stands on both legs again, would be a little bit better, because when he immediately stands on both legs in the in between in the impact frame, it's a little bit inconsistent in your animation. Just a little bit. So it is a little bit better. So you can see that your impact frame looks completely different than the animation that comes after that. You know what I mean? The stick figure is smaller, then after this frame it's bigger, and it stands on a different position, and the movement of leg stick figures also completely different. Right here, his upper body is up, and then after that frame, he leans back. So I would change that maybe a little, so that your impact frame looks more the same way than your actual animation. I think right here you can move a little bit of your character when he flies through the air, maybe a little bit back, um, some speed lines, some wind animation, something like that. Really great. I really like the when he I really like the reaction of your character when he hits the rock. Some more rock animation. I noticed that you made a little bit of rock animation right here. Maybe a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay. Apple. Yeah, he's the guy who supports me a lot. I'm really thankful. So let's watch some of his animations. Making for a game later. Okay, still more of work in progress motions, but hope everyone not got lags by multiple GIFs I sent. There are downloading needed. I think. Okay, I understand. But let's look at them. Really cool. Really like the shadows. Very nice drawings of the characters. They look very unique. I really like that. That's pretty interesting on the character, I think. Very cool fire animation as well. I really like that also. The yellow part of the fire has some sparks. That looks pretty cool. Um, Maybe a little bit inconsistent with the fire animation because it looks more like the fire is coming out of the what's the word for I don't know. Yeah, but it looks more like the fire is not inside. It's maybe a little bit inconsistent right here, but overall I really like the shadow animation. The scene looks pretty nice. Characters, great. Pretty cool. What else do we have? That is cool. You can what I think what's really interesting right here is that there are a lot of still images. You see that it's more keyframe animation. There are less in between, so they are very much copied animation, but the animation still looks pretty fluid because of the timing and the cuts between the frames. Very clean animation. Really like the cut right here. Punch, and then you can see in this scene, you can see the foot right here. And then immediately when the foot is kicking in, you switch between the scenes. Boom. And then another switch. I really like this rolling style that they do like this barrel roll into the shot. That looks fantastic. It's pretty cool style. I really like the spinning animation. It's really nice. Very cool. Oh. Okay, that's some pretty that's also giving you fire. Nice, nice, good job. Okay. What else do we have? We have Aiden Summer Black Mask animation. I watch it right here. I'm problem is I can't watch it in full screen, so I'm going to use it right there. So let's switch to YouTube. I know that there's also another guy who's on YouTube. A second. Yeah, here we go. Our let's see. It's really high in the sky. Really nice cuts right here. It was very cool. Watch it again. Really like that. Took your time before he's flying into the air, because you can see by the camera shakes, by how long he's standing on the ground, by the um lightning, by the red lightning. You can see there's a lot of force behind that jump. I really like that. Also, pretty cool animation when the white stick figure comes into the frame. I really like that. It's pretty cool. Very nice cut as well. Good animation. I really like this animation at this part. Very good use of impacts, I think. That looks pretty nice. So yeah, it was a very nice animation. Like that. Good. Okay, we are also having more animations. I'm calling you Legacy. Not a lot for today. So these two animations, but yeah, I'm still only watching two animations from the same guy, so it's enough. Yeah, I think. A sound, but maybe not copyrighted sound, so I have to mute it. I'm sorry. Let's see. Does it start with this impact frame? Yes, I really like it. It looks like a skull. These are the eyes, here's the nose, this is the mouth. Really interesting. Really interesting. Very clean movement. I can already see that. So the punches are looking really clean. Oh, there's the cut. Let's see more. Very cool small camera movement right here. Really like that. I don't know if you notice it, but there's a small camera move. I don't know. Is it intentional? Yes, it is intentional. You can see that this character is moving a little bit to the side, and the cube is moving to the other side. So the character moved them to the left. Cube was moved a little bit to the right with some camera shake. Very nice YouTube cube animation as well. Works pretty well with the impact, and because of that movement of the character and cube, looks a little bit like a rotation of the camera. It's pretty nice. Very cool teleportation or fast movement. I really like it. It's pretty cool. Pretty easy. You can see it's just he was drawing a stick figure, then in the next frame there's no stick figure. Then in this frame it's the same stick figure with some over the place drawn lines. Stick figure again. And in the next frame, he's right in front of the blue stick figure, ready to punch. Very easy to do that, as you can see, and it's so well made. And the reason why it also looks pretty good is it's because in this 3D shot. insanely smooth punches. You see that? Really smooth. I don't know why. But I think he did very clean in-betweens for the punches. You can really good see the impacts right here. Very cool punch right here. It's pretty nice. It's really nice that we can also see these wind effects because there's so much impact in that punch. It even makes the face of or the head of the stick figure disformed. So also the wind animation, really nice. And then immediately after some like lightning animations, when they are gone, impact frame, pretty nice impact frame, like that. We can see the character a little bit. Really like that. Then boom. He's instantly get punched away. It's so cool. Very, very cool. I really like it. Pretty insane animation. Okay, well, what else? That. Oh, the one arm punch barrage. That's insane. Punch barrage with one arm. So nice. And also we can see the punch barrage from another perspective, more like from a POV perspective. It's also pretty. I really like that in the end, when we have this POV animation, we can see that sometimes he stops. So there's one punch that's a little bit longer in the frame and the shot. And I don't know, it feels a little bit more heavy this way. It's pretty cool. It's very good. Very cool. I never saw a one arm punch barrage. um, that's very cool. Rakuto wrote the Discord link. I can send it to you again. Wait a second. There we go. There is the link for the Discord channel again. And now to continue. Yes, the video. Okay. I didn't really to pause. I really liked it. But if there are any others of you really interested in the style or animation of Snapbill animations, then yeah, you can watch the video right here. I really liked it. Like again. Okay, what else do we have? We have KG Awesome with the stick figure animation. Do you have sound? Some great sound effects. Oh, isn't this Luffy's? Oh, well, what was the special attack? Was it the Gum Gum X? Did you say X? Sure. Really cool. Really nice. I really like here that the 3D perspective is pretty nice. Also that the building in the perspective is not just drawn in the middle of the frame. It's a little bit drawn sideways. Makes the scene look way more interesting. Cloud animation also with effects right here. It's pretty nice. Let's have it. Nice. Okay, pretty cool. Right here, I have to be a little bit honest, I didn't really know what's going on. The sound was actually pretty. I really like the sound effect, right? It's a little bit hard to understand what's actually. So the kick, the animation at first, I really like that. That's pretty cool. I think at this part, the figure is a little bit too distorted, so I'm not really sure what's going on. After that, it looks great again. So the hit actually makes sense. Yeah, so overall, I really like the animation. I really like the style of it and also the perspectives. But then there's also standing of the animation also really have to deliver. Okay, let's move on. It looks like a full body animation. Yes! I really like stick fight animations. Of course, I'm also doing it myself. Uh, but when there's something different, I'm just excited for it. 1 hour action scene challenge. So I think you did that in 1 hour, probably. Oh my goodness. Oh, yo, the coloring. Nice. Oh, I really like that the character is running. He runs to the side. He runs to the so he comes from the camera, runs to the left, stops right there. I really pose here. That looks pretty nice. I really like the follow through of the arm animation. You have to look at arm animation right here. Arm starts at the top, then moves in an arc down, and then the arm is behind up. Very clean. And then perfectly at the moment when arm is behind the body, so when the follow through animation is ended, instantly after that, the he's moving a little bit more forward and then to the other side. So nice. Oh my god, I didn't know this. That's nice. I really like when you have a single frame that looks completely different than the other stuff, but it actually makes sense because it looks like when, I don't know, in the Olympic sport of running, when pro runner are starting right before they have to run. I think they are also doing a pose like this. So they're starting at the ground with the arms in front of them. Then they start to run. That's so cool. I really like that. Made this pose in a single frame. That's so cool. I like this detail. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. I think that the running animation is my favorite part right here. Impact frames better be like stream flashing lights. Oh my god. Okay, so a warning for everyone. There's a lot of impacts right here. Very interesting impact frames. Never seen impact frames like this. Yeah, but actually, he didn't disappoint. He also said it's frame spammers. Yeah, I think um, when you want to do impact frames, just don't do them too randomly. If you want to do them in a funny way, like he did, then it's completely fine. But when you want to intentionally use impact frames for more impact, for more power, for a great explosion in your animation, then take your time for the impact frames. Don't just do flashing lights, boom, boom, boom. Make look also like your own drawing. But there's some pretty cool animations. Very nice. Marky Official Studio, I didn't forget you. Don't worry. So we are now switching for a second to YouTube. I'm going to Marky Official Studio. He's also like every time live stream, so I really appreciate that you are today also in the live stream. So that we can watch one of your animations. He's doing Roblox animations. Um, I really appreciate to look at his animations because he has a different style. He's not doing the stick figure style. It's more like a 3D animation. It's also pretty interesting. So let's see. Um, let's make yeah. And okay, Roblox Animation 8 on Shorts. So watch this, of course. I think it's this one. Okay, let's see. I really like it, especially because I can definitely see the improvement of your animations over the time. I don't know how many animations I watched from you. Maybe like 4 or 5, and every single time I'm watching an animation from you, I can really see some small improvements. Um, at the start again, really like the camera move. It's pretty nice. Very cool smear effects on the swords. That's pretty nice. Also, the character movement is looking a little bit more fluid than some other animations of you. You like that? Effects work pretty well. Really like the also the jump. That's pretty nice. I think when he's in the air, I really like that you use this camera shot that the camera goes up, and we have this shot when the character looks from above. He looks down on the other character. I think you can not just stop on this shot, but maybe take this shot a little bit longer because I mean, look at this frame. Just pause this frame, and I think it's a cool shot. So maybe make this shot a little bit longer, and it would be so cool for the animation. I really like that you use this kind of animation with the camera. That's very good. But when you have a cool shot like this, just you want to show your viewers cool shots like this. So make it a little bit longer. Yeah, but pretty good. Very good. I definitely can see the. Also, this was a very um right here. Looked very dynamic. That's was very nice. Okay, thank you for sharing it. Giving you a like, of course, Microfish Studio. Always nice to have you in the live stream. Uh, yeah, hope to see you on Discord on someday. It's no problem. I can definitely check. Um, okay, but now we're back on Discord, of course. Let's make the scene bigger for Discord. Okay, where did we are here, I think. Okay, Earthman kinda new to. Okay, that's absolutely no problem. I always like to see some beginners YouTube, YouTube. I mean on flipaclip and here on the stream, because maybe we all can give you some tips. It's nice that you joined the server because in the server we also can inspire each other, give each other some great tips. So yeah, it's pretty clean. I don't know what do you mean by new? Is new like year of animation or what? It looks pretty clean. I mean, if you really are a beginner, this is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, yes, I can see some parts where you can maybe do the in betweens a little bit in a different way, especially right here. It looks very slow because before he touches the ground with the foot, you did an impact, an in between right here. I think if you didn't do the in between and made the animation right before he stumps on the ground, um, then there would be more impact. I have actually two in betweens. Okay. I would not really draw two in betweens for a fast movement because in betweens make your movement slower. In betweens are necessary for the slow and smooth animations, but when you want to have the faster ones where you have your impact, then really need to draw less in betweens. And I think two in betweens right before he steps on the ground is a little bit too much. Overall, animation is pretty smooth. Really like the run animation, really like the kick. Also looks pretty good. I think the only thing I have to say are the in betweens here when he steps on the ground. I think that's a little bit too much of it. Overall, really good animation, especially because you're saying you need to flip a clip. It's pretty good. Rakuto, when do you usually go live? I'm actually always live on Tuesday. I don't have too much time for streams, but I want to make a stream every week. So yeah, I'm always live on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central European time. Exact. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. We have an animation made by Motion. Tell me after watching animation, is the worthy of subscribe? Let's see. Are you subscribed? Pretty cool model. That that's nice. Oh, interesting. Oh, that was pretty cool. That is really cool. Okay, the part where I really like this slow motion movement right here. Looks pretty clean. Very cool slow motion. I think at this part, I really like these kind of impact frames. I think you could make them a little bit cleaner or more flickery. So maybe also add a frame where you have more like a white background. Then it looks more like an impact frame. And also when you want to have these impact frames, then um, sometimes too many lines that are apart from each other. You can see the lines are very, I don't really want to say over the place, but a little bit. So they're like everywhere and they're not really sticking together, all the lines. It's a cool way you show this kind of power. Um, yeah, but I think you can add a little bit more to that. Then this one was very cool. That's a pretty cool thing because you also made this with you zoomed out from the character. I really like that. That's very cool. Then I don't know. I really like it. It was a very cool style. Also the dash. I really like the fast dash of this character. Very cool. Really nice. Very cool animation. Is it worth a subscribe? What do you say? I think yeah. I think it's worth a subscribe. I really like the animation. Was pretty good. Okay, Barry the Bear, 22. Animator versus Buckethead. Okay, let's go. It's my turn. Okay, he's alive. You can now see the live action. Oh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like that. Hey, that's nice. Who is Bucket the Bear? No, it was Buckethead. Was it Buckethead? Sorry. Um, it's pretty cool. I really like how you animated Buckethead, especially the arms. I think you cut out the arms and animated them separately, but that's perfect. That's pretty cool. I really like this copy. That's pretty fun. That was very nice. That was very, very nice. Pretty cool. Also, a completely different style. That's why I love this reaction on your animation because you all have completely different styles. You have completely different ideas. It's so cool. He's a character from Bear Alpha, a game on Roblox. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool. And you also made a second animation. I also showed this video to my friends. Ah, copyrighted sound. Yo, are you? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong. I really like this animation when this thing, this entity gets into this black hole. That's pretty nice. It's cool. Yeah, you did it. That was pretty cool. That was a very cool style of animation. I really liked it. A lot of different characters you had to animate right here. Yeah, very nice. Um, Motion, you want me to subscribe to you? Is it worth it to subscribe? So I said yes, so yeah. Subscribe to you. I already subscribed to you. Yeah, I already subscribed to you actually. Okay. I have to go a little bit further. We have some more animations here on the channel. So yeah, let's keep going. We now have an animation made by Coral. Coral versus Miles. First of all, is there sound with nope. Okay, let's see. Okay, very nice. I really like fire animation right here. It's nice. Fire animation on this foot is pretty cool. Oh, that was very cool. Very cool technique. Fire. Then he combined like two different. It's nice. I really like. Okay. Explosion. Oh, we can teleport. Wasn't there another guy? Wait, was that? I really like the kick, teleportation, and then other kick on the ground. So clean. I have to watch that again. It's boom, teleport spam. That was very. There was someone. Yeah, there he is. Who is that? Who is that? Watching. Very cool kick again. It's a pretty decent animation. I like that. Some camera movement. Nice. Yo, what's happening now? So cool that the whole environment changed with red sky. It's really nice. Hey, is he losing? Extreme punch. Oh, there it was. Yo, I really like that. I really like the animation because there was some mysterious stuff going on. I really like the story. Uh, Almost 3 minutes of animation. That's a lot, and I think was continuously really liked it. It's a very nice animation. It's pretty cool. Shout out to Coral. Uh, Pretty good animation. Thank you for sharing it. Green. Okay. Now we are here. Sonic. Hi, Sonic. Okay, here it's like 3 seconds and it was on ice paint. Let's see. It's clean. Looks very clean animation. Very extreme. You kind of like try to animate it as extremely as possible, and it's very smooth. Yeah, perfect way. I also like this one right here because we have this little back and forth animation when he lines up the punch. See that on the arm wobbles a little bit around, but it makes this animation feel live and realistic. Um, Small animation when the arm moves a little bit around when a character swings, that feels very clean. It's pretty good. It was a short animation, but everything was simply smooth. Loving this. Okay, Dark Slasher. What do we have to? Hey, the fire sword animation. Cool. See the wireframe. I really like that you some motion blur on the very fast um, frames. Always gives your animation a little more of a unique style and also a little speed. Pretty cool. I think the motion blur right here could be a little bit too much. I wouldn't overdo the motion blur. But right here the motion blur feels very good. I think this is the perfect example of how to use motion blur in an animation because it was a very fast movement. At the end, the movement isn't extremely fast, so that's why I wouldn't really use a lot of motion blur, right, like this. But yeah, overall, my animation was cool. The motion blur at the middle of the fast movement was very nice. So overall, was a cool animation, I think. There's another guy who wants a server link. I can definitely send it to you, guy. It's no problem. There you go. It's the link in the chat. Click on it and then you can join Discord. Okay, 48 Summer. You have 2 animations for us. Cool, cool, cool. Very cool throwing animation. Very nice. Really like the character with this thing on his head. Yeah, really like that you also did a very clean animation for his head. This little ball. It's very clean. Really good spacing. Very nice use of principles of animation. You can clearly see that. Follow through. This little ball on his head. You can see when he moves pretty fast, this thing on his head is more on the back because of the strong force. It's pretty realistic how he did it in this way. And then when he stops, the thing on his ball moves to the front, wobbles back and forth. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but I also really like the movement of the arm. Throws the ball pretty clean. Same goes for this animation. Very clean. You can clearly see he moves the bat, moves it more to the back. He pushes the build up for the swing to its maximum. This animation. Very nice. Very clean animation. Pretty cool. Really like that. Okay. A lot of new animations. So let's see. We now have some new animations from Novocaine. A little something I worked on. I can see this background. I really like the. That's nice. That's cool. Really like the background drawing right here. Also animated the shadow. That's very nice. And yeah, I also like the pretty extreme the exaggeration on the ball. It's so wobbly. That's very cool. Yeah, pretty cool. You push the animation on how to animate a ball and how the ball would jump on its own. You push it to its absolute limits. It's so cool. Really want the look at these frames. That's so nice. Yeah, but it actually in motion it makes totally sense to draw a frame like this. So cool. I also like that it's 3D and it is a loop. It's also a loop. So cool. Very nice. Oh my goodness. We have some Full body, hand to hand, full colored with background animation. That's... Was that last attack? I don't know, what was it? He grabbed his head with his arm? Then turned and punched him with the other arm. That's pretty unique attack. Very clean. Yeah, also like the ground, new rows on the ground. The drawings are also looking pretty clean. Really like this drawing right here. Looks pretty extreme. I really like the foot on the foreground. Very long drawing leg, but also looks pretty realistic to me. You really like how you were drawing the hands. I know that some say, oh my god, the hand looks so weird, but animation-wise, it actually makes sense by drawing this way. Because when you don't focus on too much detail and more focus on the movement, your animation, I swear to you, animation look way more clean. Because, of course, is it a good drawing of a hand? No. But is it good for your animation because you don't have to focus too much on the details? You have to focus on the movement. And when you have very fast movement, especially when you move your hand around in motion, you can't really clearly see how your hand looks. And that's the same way for animation. So in every single frame, a hand or a face doesn't have to look perfectly in every single frame. That's not the way to animate. So, very good. I love to see that. Because it was so good, I'm watching a further animation of you. Oh my god, it's so nice. Love the small, the slow animation of the cover. Um, yeah, of the rocks. How they're falling apart. Love that there's, first of all, there's this smaller part breaking, and then there's the bigger part. Some smaller rocks. Then also the camera movement right here is pretty nice, and you can see, look at the water. It looks like an image that is I don't know how to say that, but I think he has an image of this water particles, not just of the water. Then he moved it with cool so that it looks like the camera comes closer and closer to the water. Very nice background of animation of this rock. Pretty clean, also with the shadows and the lighting. Thing looks very beautiful. Also, very cool detail. There's some water animation in the background. See that the white. I really like the speed of this animation. Also that the rocks hits Uh, Another rock, and it's breaking again. Also the water animation, the bubbles, everything beautiful. Yeah, that was absolute cinema for me. 10 out of 10 animation. Okay, what do we have here? We have Rinse with animation. Cool, that's nice. I really like that he is actually throwing his own gun at his head and then shooting at him again. Pretty cool smear frames for the guns. Look at them closely when they spin around. Very nice. Yeah, clean animation. Very clean. Also like the reaction of this character. Looks also pretty clean to me. It's not too much reaction. It's perfectly um, for what is happening to the red stick figure. Cool. If you like it, you have to sub. Okay. Where's your YouTube channel then? Because I liked it. I liked it. I would give you a sub. Ah, okay. My username is Hacker Animates. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay. What do we have here? We have blob animations. Some I've been working on a little. Very sorry that I have to sound, but I'm very afraid of stuff. Um, but yeah, we're here for the animation. Okay, very cool. Really like the background drawing, so I'm guessing that maybe later you also have some background animation, sword animation right here, sword fight. I mean, I really like the extreme animation when they pull out the sword. That's so cool. Yeah, very nice. It was a cool animation. Um, you said working on a little bit. I hope to see more of this, maybe with some background. Yes. Yeah, I really like the extreme poses, especially when he pulls out the sword. That's so cool. The run animation also looks clean. Nice one. Yeah, and I also really like the style. It's pretty unique. It's very fluid. Really like the extreme poses. So yeah, lot of animations. Good job. JC animates. I don't know what should I name this tank. Just a test animation, and I hope you like it. Any tips then? Please say. Hey, that's pretty good. Really like the animation right here. When actually this gun is going back, impact of shoot something. I think the impact, there's a lot of impact on this gun right here, which is great. But I think that you could, I don't know, that when he shoots something, maybe there's something bigger when he shoots, maybe a little bit more flames, a little bit more sparks. Maybe just a small explosion in front of the gun, because there's uh, there's a lot of impact on the gun itself, because it goes back and forth a little bit, and then maybe a a kind of explosion when he shoots something. But I don't know. I also like it. I also like it. I'm not sure. I also like it. Maybe a little bit more. Really like the movement of the eye. It's pretty clean. And also when he shoots this um, smaller gun. This looks pretty cool, I think. Yeah, very cool. Um, I think everything is pretty well animated. Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger explosion right here, but you don't have to do that because I think all is pretty clean. Okay, char or car. I know this isn't flipaclip, but I might as well just include it since it's an animation as well. Yeah, of course, it doesn't have to be made in flipaclip. It can be made in every single software. So it doesn't have to be a stick fight animation. It doesn't have to be made in flipaclip. It can be any animation. Um, let's see. Is this is I'm not sure. Is this stick notes? Is it stick notes? I'm not sure. I think when you're doing like this kick, there are a lot. It looks very smooth. The animation is like the character are smoothly moving their limbs around, um, but there's a lack of powered speed impact. So right before he kicks, just do the frame where he is right here, and then keep this frame for like 3 or 4 more frames, and just keep your stick figure in this position, and then immediately do the kick. And there are too many in betweens from this to the kick. There only need to be like one in between. Maybe this. This is the in between, and then boom, the kick. You see, when I do it slower, maybe he runs a little bit faster, jumps, slows down, and then boom, does the kick. Well, but you see that? Boom. It looks. It's There's way more power behind it. So not every single movement has the same speed. Right now, it looks a little bit like they're fighting in space. not on Earth. In space, there's the movement completely different. But yeah, when they are punching each other, it has to be a little faster, especially when there's the moment of the punch. Also, right here, he moves this is the bag. It's like a bag. He moves his bag up. Then there are too many in betweens right there. It's need to be faster. So start with slow animation, then it needs to be slow at that point right before he's doing a kick, a punch, a throw, or something like that. And when he does that punch or that throw, don't add too many in betweens. Add like only one in between from build up to punch. And then you have the slow, strong build up, then a very fast impact when you use less in betweens for the faster stuff. For slow motions, it's a completely different. Yeah. So when you wanted to animate it completely slow motion wise, then it's perfect. Because in slow motion, you don't really have this faster and slower movements. You just have like one single kind of timing and spacing for. Okay. Yeah, now we have uh some animations made by Sonic again. So I'm watching yeah, we can watch this, of course. There's small animations, really cool impact frame, I think. Really like the bright colors. It's pretty cool. Very nice in impact frames. Also right here, it's pretty nice. And it's a perfect example of what I mean. You have very slow movement right before he steps on the ground. So he moves his leg up, a lot of in-betweens. He has his leg up for some more frames, and then right before that, boom. See, there's a big difference from that to that, and then there's the impact. That's exactly what I mean. The animation right here. Okay, legend. I keep adding scenes. The new scenes start from the mountain explosion. So yeah, you were seeing this animation. I don't know if it was the last live stream or the live stream before, but I definitely remember that animation. So let's see. Cool. I already saw this, and that's nice. That's the new stuff. Okay, from here we already saw everything. One of the live streams. Really like it. Really cool animation so far. And then right here he added some new stuff. That's pretty cool. He's throwing the stones, and I really like how the green guy is dodging them. That looks cool. Very smooth. Very smooth dodge. Yeah, pretty clean. I really like that. Keep going. That's nice. Okay. So how many animations do we have? Um, then let's see. We have Sonic. We already have watched some animations of you, so I have to skip you. now. Um, so okay, we have 10 minutes for the live stream. After that, I really need to eat something. Also have some other stuff to do. So the last 10 minutes, I'm trying to watch as many of your animations as possible. And let's watch Tin Star. We are here in the back rooms. Really clean walking animation. Very cool camera move as well. That's cool. That's a really sick animation. Very nice. Very nice. Has it sound? Yeah. But the movement of the characters is very good. Oh my god, don't say that. I'm not a good animator. I mean, look at your smooth movement, the walking animation, the camera movement, how your characters are interacting with each other. I really like how you're having this very realistic style of your movement of your stick figures. It's it's pretty good. I mean, your characters look clean. The movement looks clean. I really like this reaction on this guy when he's scared. That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, you can actually share. You don't need to share only stickman. Can be absolutely everything that has to do something. Almost everything. Don't send me any weird stuff, please. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, Oral, we already watched an animation by you, so yeah, I'm really sorry I have to skip you, but we don't have too much time. I really want to see some animations from different people. This animation is by Light. It's not finished. Ah, they're trying to no fight to the portal. Ah, that was cool. This part, yeah, this part was a little bit too long, but maybe that's what you mean by it's not finished yet. So skip this a little bit. Really like that you're trying to do a little bit more of camera work with some different camera angles. Oh, that's nice. That there's also the background is changing because of the lightning power. Just, oh, what's happening here? Okay, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. What I also really like was this part, where the foot is pretty close to the camera, and we have this interesting camera angle when he starts his first dash. That was very cool. Yeah, pretty good. Um, so now we have an animation by Will. This one could have done better, but I'm still satisfied with it. Okay, that's nice. Hey, animation looks pretty cool. Really like smears for the faster punches. It's clean. Overall, also the movement, how they are pushing each other around. Very clean. Hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, very nice. That was a cool animation. I'm also very satisfied by watching this. It was nice. Novocaine. I also think we watched you on the stream already. So really check out his animations. I think they're pretty good. But we already watched some of his animations. I really want to look at some we haven't seen in the stream right now. We have Bloody Prime. Let's see. Very interesting pencil for stick figure. That's cool. Okay. Very nice shot. I love it. And cool. It's pretty clean. Very cool style. Oh, that was nice. Very cool transformation of his healing transformation that his arm feel like it looks very slimy. You have like the bones and then the skin gets later on bones. Then he has his hand. It's very cool. I feel like that he's bouncing on this rocks. Very cool. Also, everyone who are animating some impacts on rocks or when they want to animate something like this, I really appreciate that he was animating also these cubes. So every time the stick figure hit one of the cubes are moving into that direction. See that? It's pretty nice. Really have to see the last attack. So the very fast movement on his hand, boom, boom, and then it's so clean. Cool. That was a very nice style, pretty clean animation, and very unique poses and camera angles. Yeah, I love that. Really love the details on the hand. Okay, there's two more people we have to watch, and I think then everyone. There are more animations we couldn't watch. I'm pretty sorry, but really short in time. But I really want to cover everyone so that I at least have seen one animation. Okay, it's a fast dash animation. Very nice. One thing I can tell you right away that would be a little bit cleaner for your animation. Line for the upper body is much taller, so it's much bigger than the lines for the legs, and that's kind of weird, especially for this dash. So I think the animation for the dash looks pretty clean, but I think for drawing of your stick figure, you need to draw the legs much, much longer when you have this very long upper body. Because the legs are way longer than real life. That's also for the stick figures. Yeah. Or that's pretty cool. How did you make the dash? You made it like this. It's also very interesting. Cool. That's nice. These are my beginnings in learning. I learned from you. Yeah, you dash video. Yeah, it was pretty good. Animation was very nice. The only thing I have to say are the legs. I think you can draw the legs a little bit big. So keep going. I really like to hear that you are learning and that you also learned something from my videos. I really appreciate that. So here are the last animations for today, made by Light. Both made by me. Please give me idea for that full body unfinished animation, and I will add sword for sure. That Shanks, if you know him, yeah, I know him. And I will change sound effects for sure. I will make a lot. So you for sure is some good animations, I think. Go. Look pretty nice. It's very cool. I think he opens his eyes. I really like that he's thinking, and then his eyes or his face is moving a little bit around. It gives a lot more realism. It's really cool. Like the camera shake. Yeah, I think my idea right here would definitely be like that you show when he cuts with his sword. So when Shanks cuts with his sword, that a very interesting perspective how he cuts something. I don't know what he's slashing, but yeah, try to make a very interesting use of that. Just show the sword maybe very close to the camera, and then make very huge arc to show the motion of slashing sword. I mean, and you have another animation. Also looks pretty smooth. Very smooth movement of the stick figures. Really good. Very cool. Okay. These were the last animations for today. We had a lot of good stuff. We have so many different styles. Love that. I love that we have stick fights. We have full body animations. We have um, full body animations with background, with colors. Then I think also every single stick figure animations looks completely different. There are some stick figures that are actually look more like a character. They have a head, and we have more of the simple stick figure animations, but also the type of how you animate your um, stick figures or your animations. They're all are very unique, and it's so cool that you all have your own ideas. Pretty nice. We also have tanks that are animated like this. It's pretty cool. We have some background animation. Um, yeah, everything very nice. I really appreciate this community. You're pretty cool, all of you. Yeah, so thank you very much for sharing all of your animations. Um, I would say keep animating. We will see each other in next live stream or in the next video. And one thing I also have to say, I will not upload these streams in video form on my main channel. Today I made a second channel. It's Rakuto Reacts, and I will upload the reaction live streams on that channel so that we have a separated channel just for all the reactions, so you can see every single action live stream on that second channel. So you can subscribe to Rakuto Reacts so that you can see all of your animations and of the reactions of your animations on that channel. So yeah, thank you guys for everything, and then we see each other on the reaction channel or on the main channel on a tutorial, or maybe next week on the next live stream. Thank you everyone, and now bye bye, have a good time, see ya.